Holy folly, you are God living in our own dream. Welcome to a Mystics Journal. You can call me Agape from Love Has One Mystery School. And in these videos, I share insights and updates that I enjoy sharing and that you might find useful too. So the first thing to share in this video is that egos don't like unpredictability. Egos like things to be fixed and predictable because in its mind, it's safe. And when things are going exactly as expected or predicted, then you can remain on autopilot, asleep. Nothing shakes you up. However, a pure channel of love, a pure channel of the present moment is never predictable. They always do what the present moment wants them to do. There is no fixed thing, fixed character that they're trying to keep to or align to. There is no character there. They're just fully surrendered to what the spontaneous present moment wants to do through them. And to an ego, a pure channel of love is very dangerous. Why? Because they're not predictable. They can do anything at any point. And the ego thinks that's dangerous. A pure channel of love cannot be controlled. They are fully surrendered to what the present moment wants them to do. And an ego knows this. An ego cannot control a pure channel of the present moment. And pure channels of love shake people up out of autopilot. When someone does something that's unpredictable, unexpected, you are thrust into the present moment. You are taken off autopilot and you have to become aware in order to deal with this thing that's unexpected. Know well that if someone is predictable, if someone's doing something that you expect or is predicted, know well that they are not a pure channel of love. Okay? Only egos are predictable. If someone is very unpredictable, spontaneous, does things that are unexpected, they are very likely a pure channel of the present moment. The second thing to share is an interesting reflection I had recently where I've had a bit of a journey on this idea of self-sufficiency. So back in the day when I was associated with an ego, a character, I very much wanted to feel that I could do anything all on my own, that I didn't need other people. But this was very much coming from an ego pride kind of space, kind of energy. And so life gradually got me to open up to accepting and receiving help from other people. And this was an own journey in itself, realizing that life is always trying to help you. You just have to be open to it. You can't be closed to all of life's help and then complain when things are not going your way or things are not happening. So you have to open up to other people's help, which is life helping you through them. However, when you start seeing beyond the illusion of separation and that there are other people, you start realizing and remembering that the whole of life is you. There are no other people. It's all you. So actually, you can just rely on yourself to do anything. When life wants to do something through you, life will bring the appropriate people, the appropriate help, the appropriate money, whatever you need to you. This is life helping itself. So in essence, it's been a full circle journey of self-sufficiency, going from ego, not wanting help from other people, to opening up to help as much help from other people as possible, and then coming back to realizing you're the whole of life just helping yourself. So you are self-sufficient. And it's very empowering when you get to the end of that journey. Now you might think, oh, well, going full circle like that, it's like going backwards to where you were. But no, there's a significant difference. The big difference is who you feel you are. Before it was an ego, and a single ego cannot do things by itself. However, when you remember that you are the whole of life, then it is all by yourself. Who else is there to help you? And so when it was the ego, it came from pride. And even with the state of accepting help from other people, that was still coming from, I lack what I need within myself and other people have what I need. So I must open to their help. I must open up to their help and offerings. However, when you remember the truth, you realize that you have everything. You do not lack anything. You are everything. You already are everything you could ever need or want. And so you're coming to self-sufficiency from a brand new energy. It's the energy of empowerment. It's the energy of oneness, of love. And it feels very different to the very start of the journey, where it was just the ego feeling like it wants to do everything itself. It's a very, very different energy. And the final thing to share in this particular video is this concept of, through your intuition, you're not necessarily told the exact truth. Sometimes it's a fabricated version, or sometimes you are told information through your intuition that Life knows you're going to interpret a certain way that might not be the pure truth. The reason information is not necessarily shared in the most purest truth form, because sometimes if you are told the purest truth form of information, you might not then take the actions that life wants you to take. So in reality, you're actually only ever told the information that you need to hear in order for you to take the actions that life wants you to take. Sometimes that can be an outright lie, okay? But you have to think of it from the highest perspective. If a lie gets you to do what life wants you to do, the means justify the ends, okay? Because life knows that sometimes when you're told the truth about something, the purest truth, you will not take the actions that life wants you to take, okay? So sometimes you are given information that isn't of the purest truth through your intuition. That doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong, because it's what you need to hear. So if sometimes you get information from your intuition that sometimes you feel wasn't correct, it's not that you were getting wrong information. It's not that you weren't able to properly hear your intuition. It's just that you were told what you needed to hear in order for certain things to happen that life wanted to happen. So that's an important thing to bear in mind going forward. So 3 interesting nuggets in this particular video. Hope you enjoyed them. If you have any questions you'd like to ask or comments you'd like me to reply to, just leave a message in the comments below. Until next time, yours joygasmically, Agape.